SHOT Show 2015. We got a Strike Industries booth with Joshua, right? Yeah. Okay, why don't you want to show me your new stuff? Okay. And I'm very happy because I saw a bunch of new cool items, guys. So it's going to be a bunch of shopping for you for the next year. Go ahead.
Okay, so obviously you guys know Strike Industries. One of the things that we're known for is continually innovating and coming up with new products. At this moment, we have over 250 different lines, so 250 different SKUs for our retailers. What that does is allows us to give a big breadth of products. Everybody has something that they want. One of the things that we're very excited to announce at SHOT Show is actually what we call our Glock block. So in the Glock block, we take a standard Glock, mounting block on a standard Glock, and we improve it by giving you 2 extra points of contact. So now 6 points of contact all around, a little speed bump. What that does is once we put on the Glock slide, now there's no flex, no movement in that barrel. What that does is that increases the accuracy downrange. So basically, if this thing works, this thing works.
Nice.
One of the other things that we're announcing, so for a limited market, HK MP7s, we actually run a contract, and we're one of the few manufacturers of aftermarket MP7 top rails. So what that does is that gives you a full rail, you continue all the way across the top, and we're actually in development for an extended charger handle too. Again, that's for a limited market, the MP7s, everybody wants them, nobody can get them. There are some departments and agencies out there that are using them. When we move over to our AR lines, so once we go to ARs, just as a reminder, we're not the new products, but our top seller has been, and all of our retailers love this. This is our ultimate dust cover, and it's a quick on, quick off, snap in dust cover. So if you've ever changed one on an AR, you know it's a pain. You have to pull off the muzzle brake, the gas block, the hand guard, the barrel locking nut, change out this silly little piece, then put everything back on and make sure you did it correctly. Well, now with the capture spring technology, it's just as easy as popping it in and popping it off. Once we get away from that little guy, we've actually come out with the new collar for one of our muzzle brakes. So any of our muzzle brakes, you'll see an expanded line coming out with our quick lock technology for a shroud cover. That simply locks in and then quick locks. That easy. So now you're not the loudest guy at the range. You're also putting all your muzzle report downrange. We vented the sides. What all those vent holes do is it allows you to go ahead and retain some of the compensation characteristics of your firearm and also still put that report downrange.
Cool, that's pretty cool.
Now, new products also, again in a contract, but now available for civilian market. So in the HK416 or MR556, we've been contracted to make an aftermarket rail for it. What it gives is a nice, sleeker hand guard, so it allows a better shooting profile, which allows you to get faster on target and more control of the fire. This is our new one that we're launching. I think this has probably seen the most love at the SHOT Show. Everybody's excited about it. It's called our XR. So in product development, still at this stage, testing and evaluation. One of the things that we love about this platform, it bases off your standard M4 lower. What most people will see is that we're actually missing a buffer spring and buffer tube, but in our new proprietary system, I don't need one. It all runs in top action using your standard AR barrel, so that doesn't mean you need any proprietary barrels or bolt heads from me. All you're doing is buying conversion upgrades. This one is in development, so we're about 8 months out on doing full product development. With that, we've already been working with some law enforcement agencies and government agencies who are very interested in this, and then it'll be available for the civilian market afterwards.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. It's actually one of our favorites. So for our patrol officers, again, law enforcement and military, you can actually employ this firearm as is. So if I need to take it out of my patrol car and use this firearm, it's not just a one shot and oh my gosh, now I need to charge the handle again. This is a fully operational AR-15 upper, running off a combined piston system. Again, it's proprietary technology, and we're taking our time in testing development, so that way our officers and military that use it, they have a working system out at the end of the day. Because that's what matters, is surety out in the field. Now, there was a request to discuss one of our other products, probably because it's such a hard point for everybody. We're going to go back over this way. I'm going to show you our AK Trax rail. So right here, I have a Romanian AK-47. That's running a standard AK Trax rail by Strike Industries, and then our AK Trax 2. The Trax 1, as a standard rail, will give you a lower and top rail. It gives you key mod sections for the secondaries, and then our Trax 2 will extend that over the gas block. Again, more real estate to add any extensions and key mods on the sides. Now, when we go a little bit lower, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take my Serbian PAP pistol. So M92 PV, notoriously hard to find and also a little bit hard to work on. So this is one of the things that we're showing here at SHOT Show. It's the same exact Trax rail, but what we did, instead of doing a floating block, we've actually done a barrel clamp. So as an armor or gunsmith, I can take and move that into the correct position, and what that does is that hardens up the way that this rail system is actually attached. When we look at the Yugos, they were made that way, the Romanians were made that way. Coming over here, we actually see that the PAP has a smaller trunnion block up top, so that normally makes it very hard to mount. So what we do instead, that barrel clamp is allowing me to mount it wherever I need it to without any kind of slop. So now, that's a solid mount. That means when I'm firing this pistol, my optic's going to be solid. The other thing on this AK that I'm very proud of is our grip. We have the highest tank grip of any AK grip. What that does is that allows me to get a real nice high grip, almost like a 1911. So what that means, higher grip, we all know this, gets you closer to the bore axis, which means more control downrange.
And I heard from you, there might be a good chance your guy is going to make a longer version too over here.
Yeah,
Rumors.
So it's been in discussion obviously because, and this is very, very unique to the PAPs. There are a couple other AK variants. This is why we don't call anything universal in the AK world, because there just isn't. It's just like AR-10s, there's no standardization. So that's most for our lineup. We actually have a lot more products coming out. We're always doing something new and innovative at Strike Industries, and we just want to show that off.
You're going to be sure you're going to see on my channel too, because as you've been the third year, I'm over here and I see it's a big improvement in the company business too. I'm not surprised about it, because there's a big, and every product is always a big OVO product, always a big innovation, and you don't deploy anything until you're sure that it works.
Well, that's one of the things, obviously the background of the company. So Jared, as our CEO, me and him did combat risk together in the military, and the one thing that a military law enforcement officer will tell you, downrange, it's got to work.
Yep.
Every single time, and I can't allow somebody to go out there and use one of my products and have it fail. Their life's on the line, and they're protecting us. And that's what we appreciate, and that's why we put out good products.
Cool. Thanks again, man.
Thank you guys
very much.
Appreciate
your time.
Thank you.
And I'll see you next year then.
See you next year.